Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 133 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. So this is one of those episodes that you might want to share. You never know who might need it. I'm talking today about setbacks. We all have them, right? And sometimes they're as small as posting something on social media and getting no likes to something major like a divorce or job loss or losing someone that you love. I mean, you seem to see the examples of people that bounce right back, and then another person, it just seems to completely derail them when they have a setback. So what's the difference? Well, we're going to talk about it in a minute. But first, I want to tell you a story. It was 2018, and I was driving downtown for lunch with my sister. Should have been a fun time, right? But she had asked me to meet her, and I sort of knew it wasn't going to be a fun lunch. I'd been given the heads up from my mom, thank goodness. Now, one of our worst fears in life is rejection. I think we can all agree on that. And also the fear of losing someone that you love. And I was going into this lunch kind of knowing both of those things were possible. Well, I sit down and basically my sister that I love very much, and her kids have been very close to us. But now here I am facing this lunch where she's telling me that they will no longer be part of mine and Eric's life because we're not part of her religion, and she doesn't want the kids to be around us for fear we'll influence them away from the church. Now, this is a big fear for people in this religion. In fact, people have been so distraught from being separated from their family that they've committed suicide. Honestly, when I was younger and didn't have the tools I have now, I had those thoughts too because I was so afraid of losing the people I love. And here I am facing it head on at lunch with my sister. Well, I held my own, and I told her I felt this was a big mistake, but she disagreed. And it's been 3 years since that conversation that for my whole life I had dreaded. And I'm the happiest now I've been in my entire life. And just so you know, my sister still has nothing to do with us. But here's the thing. Has it been hard? Yes. Have there been moments of pain and anger? Of course. But I was introduced to mindset work as a young adult, probably around 26 or so. It's been a passion of mine ever since. I absolutely love it. And I've been working so consistently on my mindset the last several years that I've realized I get to define my life. And I choose to be joyful regardless. Now, my life isn't better because my sister left. Of course not. It's better because I'm not relying on something external or someone else to make me happy or to make me feel loved and worthy. And that applies to everything. I have no choice but to be joyous because I've decided that I will create a life that is full of joy, and I do. I don't control other people. Now, if my sister were still in my life, I would be joyous. And if she's not in my life, I'm going to be joyous because I don't control anyone other than myself, nor do I want to. Now, many people that leave that religion and are ostracized from their families turn to drugs. I even had one friend that ultimately committed suicide. I was just fortunate that instead of drugs, I turned to self-improvement. I became a self-improvement junkie. My life is good. It's really good. But it could have turned out very differently. Now, these are extreme examples, I know, but look, we all have setbacks, and how we look at them and the meaning we give it will ultimately decide our life. A good mindset isn't going to happen overnight. It took me a while to really understand that life is happening for me, not to me. Now, any setback that I have now, I know that it's going to be okay and something better is on its way. And it took a long time for me to realize that starting my day with meditation and journaling and exercise actually sets the tone for the rest of my day. And I've shared the phone addiction that I recently overcame. I beat that because I started recognizing my frame of mind was not good when I started and ended my day on Twitter or the news. When you're consumed with something, whether it's Twitter or the news or the latest Netflix series, do you notice that a lot of your day is filtered through the lens of what is going on? I mean, if everything you're paying attention to is negative, then you see things through a negative filter. That's just how it is. Likewise, if you start your day in a really positive way, you'll automatically start seeing things through a positive filter. Imagine having a setback, and instead of thinking, well, that's par for the course, you think, okay, something better's on the way, or what good thing is going to come from this? Can you feel the difference in those two responses? I mean, one is going to keep you on the path to a bad day compounding because that's how it works. And the other is going to make you look for what's good, to know something better is right around the corner. That's the power of a great mindset. And look, I still struggle with feelings of being inadequate when I hear the big podcasts have millions of downloads. But that's just because I'm comparing myself to people that have been doing this for 9 or 10 years. Comparison is one of the quickest ways to have a setback or to compound a setback. So please recognize when you're doing that and don't do it. Just stop. You get to define what success looks like to you, and it's going to look different to everyone. But look, you're in the game. You're not in the stands watching. If you're failing, you're in the game. And consistency is one of the biggest keys to success. You don't lose unless you quit. Don't look at failure as a setback. Failure is not losing, it's learning. It's showing you what didn't work. That's a good thing. You're one step closer to what will work. And if your setback involves a lost relationship, then just know this. What is meant for you is always going to be yours. There's nothing that's going to stop it. So if your setback is a breakup, you just work on making yourself the best version of you that's possible, and know if it's meant to be, it will be. When you do that, you might look back and say, you know what, that's the best thing that ever happened to me, because it caused me to grow to the point where I no longer recognize the person that was in that relationship. My challenge to you this week is to take control of your mindset. Do it now, and you will never regret it. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in a few days.
Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.